Hello again. Today we're going to go back to filling the water bowsers, a bit of a revisited. I talked about the fact you could fill them up at different water sources, so I thought what I'd do is compile them all together so you can actually see where you can do them. Makes it a little bit easier than just listening to what I said you could do. So I'll start off on Sosnovska. I'm going to bounce between the three maps on this clip. So hooked up the water bowser. It's the 6,000 litre one, and I think it costs something like $7,000. Drive across the rickety old bridge down to the river. I thought I'd go down to the river crossing. I'm pretty sure that anywhere along this span of river you can back it in and you can fill it up. So you should just do it at the crossing just because it's lower and the tractors can cross there anyway. I think I've probably overshot here. I'm going to end up going into the deep water. Yep, there we go. Okay, right. Head over to the shallow bit. There we go. Right, now I've got the map turned off and the assistance turned off, but with that there you should now get the thing will come up on the left hand side saying refill water tanker. So click R1 and it fills up a bit. And that's it, free water. As I said before, the troughs, water pipes are dotted around the map. There are normally loads of them all over the place. But as I said before, it just saves a bit of money, if, even if that money could be better spent on hiring workers or whatever it is you want to do. If you're doing this earlier on the map, and you haven't got a lot of money, it saves a little bit. So it's well worth doing. I will take the water bowser back and put it in the yard. I have had a couple of very dodgy moments going across that rickety bridge way too fast, and trailers bounced and taken the lot into the river, so I always slow down for that now. Spin it round and I'll leave it parked up. And there you go. So that's Sosnovska. So moving on to Bjornholm. The river, as you can see, running underneath us. On the previous video I backed up to the river just to the right hand side of this bridge. What I thought I would do was try some different locations just to double check in my mind to see whether it would work. I'm going to drive along to the lumber yard, to the mill pond. See if you can back it into the mill pond and refill from there. If that works or doesn't work, I'll then go along to the river and try a couple of points along the river. Just again, so in my head I'm pretty sure that anywhere along the river it will work, but you never know, so I'll give it a go and make sure that it does work in numerous points. Now what's a bit more interesting today with this is I just picked up my new steering wheel and pedal set. I've got the Thrustmaster T150, so I'm just trying to get to grips with using the steering wheel, the pedals, and then the controller to the side to control everything. Having got so used to using the DualShock controller in my hand, it's amazing. It's fantastic. Gives you a whole different experience of playing the game, but it's tricky to get the hang of when you first start off, so bear with me when I start off with this because I'm hoping it is going to improve. So there you go, refill water tanker if I don't back too far in and disappear into the mill pond. Okay, so it does work in the mill pond, brilliant stuff. So I haven't filled it completely because obviously I want to try a couple of different locations. So what I'll do now is drive back across past the mill pond and over the bridge towards where the carnival tent, fun fair, whatever you want to call it, is, and try along the stretch of river down there. There's actually a very low point, like a gravelly bank. You can actually drive right down to the water. So I thought I'd go down there and try at that point, see if that works. Without running over pedestrians, if possible. I have to say, the steering control you get when you're using wheel and pedals, it's amazing. It's far more progressive and easier to control turns. It just gives it a whole different experience. It's actually far better than I thought it was going to be. Right, so this is the gravel bank, runs right the way down to the water, and it's actually quite a shallow incline, so it actually makes life far easier rather than back in the trailer and dropping off a riverbank. As I said before, reversing with short trailers, small trailers, I always find incredibly difficult, so we'll see how easy this is now using the wheel and pedals. Not as easy as I thought it was going to be. There we go, that's a bit better. Right, so once you get into there, it should come up, refill water. There we go. Click on R1 and fill up a bit more. Won't fill it to the top because I'm going to try one last place. I will go back to where I showed on the previous video. I'll probably go on and delete the previous video because this will kind of take its place in a way. Although I have got greenhouses on the other one, so I kind of showed how to refill the greenhouses in the same video. So if you'd never done that before, maybe that was a handy thing to have on there. So I might leave it, I don't know, we'll see. Try and get it all straight behind me first to make life a little bit easier. Yeah, that would do. At least it would do if you were turning the wheels the right way. Sorry, this is a slow process. I will get better with these wheels, this wheel and pedals. There we go. So, filled tank completely, 3 different sources along the river in Bjornholm. So last one then, Westbridge Hills. Hook up the trailer, and as I said in the previous video, you can go down into the town, and there's that lovely little park with lots of people wandering around. The last thing they want on a pleasant stroll in the afternoon is a great big tractor and water container coming up next to them, but that's the only real water source on this map. So drive down into the town, into the middle of the park, and there's a nice little ornamental lake, if you want to call it that. Maybe it's a bit too small to be a lake, probably just a pond, but we'll call it a lake. So, just getting into position to back it up. I'm definitely getting better with this wheel and pedals. There we go, back into the water. As you can see, I haven't got a thing on again, so once you get it into a certain point, it should come up with the start refilling. And click on your R1. And there you go. So that's all 3 water sources on all 3 maps. They all work, and it's just, as I said in the previous video, it's I say it's a cheap alternative. It's a free alternative to filling up your water. It doesn't cost you any money. So there you go. I hope this has been useful. Sometimes it's just nicer to see, actually see where you can do it rather than just listen to someone tell you where you can do it. So give it a go. Free water. Thanks for watching.